Hi, and welcome to the video on the Artiumpro SMC version 2.0 indicator, which is one of our premium indicators. And today I'm going to go over in this video the settings of the indicator itself and all the different features and functions that it has on the inside. So the first thing we want to do is go up here to the indicator name and highlight that. Click on the little cog wheel and that will bring up the settings for you. The first thing, I like to have my charts dark. I like to protect my eyes, getting older. But we also have, for those of you who prefer a whiter, lighter chart, we have the white mode as well. So you can set that to however you prefer to have your charts look. So the first feature I want to go over is the smart mode. And what smart mode does, it lets you focus on the immediate price action and market structure that's going on right now. If I uncheck that, you will see all the previous data that has been printed on the chart. So it's entirely up to yourself, whichever style of trading that you like to do. You can have this on or off, entirely up to yourself. Now this is one feature I like to have on my charts, which plots the previous day's highs and lows. Some people might not like that, so uncheck it and it's removed from the charts. I prefer to have that on my charts because as price is moving up towards or down to any one of these levels, they can act as good targets to aim for when you're in a trade. And also another feature we've got on this indicator, which I feel is very powerful, and one of our educators, John, will be going over that in detail in a separate video, but I just wanted to show you quickly what an outside candle is. As you can see here, we had a down movement, back up, came back down again, but it swept both sides of this candle to the inside. It's a very powerful addition to the indicator, and as I said, John will be doing an exclusive video on these outside candles and how you can use them in your trading. So for the moment, I'm going to switch these off. And also in the indicator, we have default candle colors. You can have this on or off. If you choose to have it on, this is how it will show on your chart, but you can change these colors to anything you like. If you prefer yellows, greens, blues, whatever. It's entirely up to yourself. You set up the chart the way you want it to. I have my own colors that I like to have on my chart, so I always have this off. And another feature on the chart is the alerts. A lot of traders like to use alerts because you can't be at the computer all the time, and like to be alerted when price is approaching the level they've set the alert on. We will be doing a video on alerts all by itself, and but when you're setting alerts, make sure you check exactly what it is you want the alert set for. Otherwise, you're not going to be alerted when price approaches or enters any of these areas. But as I said, we're going to be doing a separate video of that in the future. Now on to the main external structure features of the indicator. These are checked by default, and let me move this over a little. Back up again. As you'll see, when I turn these, uncheck these, certain aspects of the external structure disappears from the charts. As I said, these are check marked by default. If you want to switch them off, that's entirely up to yourself if you want to focus just on the inner market structure. And each the equal tops and bottoms that it displays, you can choose here how many or how few you want to print on the charts. It's entirely up to yourself. The default is at 5, but again, it's entirely up to you how much or how little you want on the charts. Now, for the validation of these breaks of structure within the external market structure, it is set on default for the close of a candle. As you can see here, there was a change of character printed once that candle had closed above that previous high. Now, another feature of the indicator is the external retracement, and this basically is the amount of when the market's moving up and it pulls back, and percentage how much it pulls back before it prints the next market structure change. You can have this, as I have, set to percentage, or you can do it in pips, or if you don't feel it's a useful feature to you, you can turn that off. And as you saw when I turned it off, then from the percentage that I had it set on my chart, it took them off. As you'll see, they come back again. Now again, the way it looks on you can have a solid line, dotted line, dashed line. It's entirely up to yourself how you want it to look. I prefer the solid lines on these main market structure changes. And the font sizes, again, you can totally change these to medium, large if you wish, but I think it looks much better on the small font size. And again, these print by default as white, but again, you can change these to however you want them to look. You can also display all the external historic highs and lows, and you will see those printing on the charts here. And if I uncheck that, this will disappear. So it's entirely if you want to have that on or off. I prefer it off. And now we get to the inner market structure, which you can see here, marked by these IBOS, change of characters. The I just stands for inner. And again, these are the colors I have it set to. You can have it set any way that you prefer. And again, for the validation of the breaks of structure or changes of character, they have to close above the previous high, one candle close up. Now we get to our order blocks, which you can see here. And if you check this will be unchecked at default, but you can display where previous order blocks were printing on the charts, as you can see here. Once I turn that off, you'll see those disappear. Some people like to have that and still use them as a reference for support and resistance. And you can show the external order blocks. Take that off and you'll only see the inner order blocks. Uncheck that, you will see nothing. Make sure these boxes are checked, or whichever, if you only want to use one of them, that's entirely up to yourself. And here, for the number of order blocks that are drawn on the chart, you can change that and have more print on the chart. I like to keep it to around 3, as it makes the chart, keeps it a little cleaner. I like to try and keep the chart as clean as possible. And again, you can totally change the colors of how these look. These are not the colors that come at default. These are how I've set them, the way I like them to look. The demand I like to have as a green, and the supply I like to have that little blue color. And just more appealing to me. I like my blues. So now we get to our fair value gaps, or imbalance, whichever you want to call them. And these are printed on the charts like this. So upper and lower line and a 50% midline. And you can change that, like everything else, to whichever color suits you. I like my bull imbalances to be green, and the bearish ones that we have showing here as a red. There's a bullish one there. But as I said, the colors of these lines and the 50% line can be changed to anything that you want. You set it up how you want it to look. And also a cool feature that's on this indicator is we have premium and discount area and Fibonacci levels. Now whenever there's a range like this is we have on the chart right now, these will print out automatically. These will follow. If that lower line is broken and that range is broken, these will disappear. But as soon as another range forms, then they will appear back on the charts again. And to use it as the premium discount feature, you can uncheck these two here, so you have that 50% line. If you don't want that value showing, just untick the fib levels, and you have this green line to use as a premium discount area. As we all know, we like to buy in these discount areas here and sell in those premium areas up top. And again, you can change these settings, but these are the most frequently hit levels on Fibonacci, so we use these in this indicator. But again, you can change if there's another level that you prefer, another Fibonacci level you prefer. You can totally change that, and you can totally change the colors too. So that pretty much wraps up this video on the settings for the Artiumpro SMC version 2.0 indicator. And this indicator, you'll be able to try it out for 7 days on a 7-day free trial. You'll be able to click the link in the description for that, take you to the website, and you'll be able to use this for yourself. Also in the description we'll have all our social media and our Discord group, where all our traders from beginner to experienced. It's a very lively community, and everyone's always willing to help out someone who's new or has a question about something, and it's a really lively place. So we look forward to seeing you in there. So as I said, on the indicator we have a 7-day free trial, so make sure you take advantage of this, and you can just see how helpful it will be to you in your trading. So I'm just going to finish up here, guys, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.